Showtime, dickhead.
Well, it's just like that. It's like when they're doing the movie and they're like 5, 4, 3, 2.
We are not that big time.
Hey,
We
everybody.
are a couple of dipshits.
We're the big time. We're in the big leagues. Hey, everybody. How's everyone doing? Welcome to the stream. We have an amazing show for you tonight. So happy you all decided to hang out. Who we got in chat here? Before I do anything else, I need to do this first. For all the things that happened pre-stream. Thank you so much, the James Steins, for the hosts, both of you. Thank you very much, Lee Endor. Thanks for the host as well. Daniel the Red for the follow. That was a little bit ago. Daniel the Red. Wait, that just moved on me. How'd that just move? Daniel the Red. Thanks for the follow. Celtic. Thanks for the follow. And Leandor for the sub 2 months. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Demo Job, what's going on? Brandroid, the Pagan. Welcome, friends.
Test.
I was trying to get out all the welcomes.
Yeah.
And it was going too quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Oh, do you have that queued up? Because we'll need that later.
Yeah, I will. I gotta find it.
Okay.
You know what I'm not good at? Like I have all these sound bites and everything on the board, but I need to like make a list so I know exactly what button to hit, because it probably 50% of the time I hit the wrong fucking button. Let me try and fix that problem.
Well, at least you're consistent.
Nobody said I'm smart.
Oh, Maniac, thanks for the host. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
So everybody, let's see. Let's go around the bend here. Mission. Can you give me pronunciations? Demo. Is it demo? I'm just gonna go with demo. James Stein, thanks so much. Brandroid Cash, look, mind your own business. Andelweir, thanks so much. Nampy, thanks so much for being here, hanging out.
Just with a look. I just give you a look and you're like, fuck you.
OMG, you're now one of those Twitch channels that moves too fast. Sunny freaking Ravencourt. I said it yesterday, I say it again. I miss your face. You're a good dude. Good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, why don't you play ESO?
Knox, thanks so much for hanging out. Look at all this love. Oh, look at all this. Fun people showing up. Well, like I said, we've got a jam-packed show. Just getting everything all set up and ready to rock and roll. Hey, who wants to win one of these? Who wants to win one of these medallions? We have an extra live stream
coming up.
Yeah, coming up.
We're going to be giving away a lot of crap. We actually just got
the year of the Loreseeker.
We just got a very special giveaway too.
We did?
From Adele in our guild. Yeah, we got a Bantam Guar. To give away.
Oh my. First off, that's amazing. Second of all, I don't think I've seen that mug. If I haven't,
this is a new mug, yeah. Like it?
Goodness gracious. Yes,
it's the dragon. It's the dragon from what the hell?
Skyrim?
It's the dead dragon. No, which one? Scalecaller.
Deathwing?
No. WoW refugee. It's not fucking Deathwing. It's the one from Scalecaller.
Well, I'm drinking from a Saudi Bobby cup, so suck on that.
You're drinking from a sippy cup?
Saudi Bobby. You know what Saudi Bobbies are?
No.
They're over here. It's kebabs with some Arabian sauce.
Oh my God. Kebabs in Arabian in Indiana, dude.
It's from some fair that my family went to. I didn't eat it, but I like.
But kebabs and Indian sauce, you need to immediately go throw up. That's going to cause some damage.
I think I saw those mugs in Value Village
in Redneck Town.
Oh, very fancy. Well, thank you. I mean, I am the epitome of excellence with this mug right here. This is limited edition. About 1 million made only, so it's high value.
You are the epitome of backcountry.
All right, well, we've got over 50 people in here. You know the rule. When 50's here, we rock and roll. So, you ready?
Yeah.
Well, hot diggity damn. Everybody, welcome. This is Loreseekers Live. Let's get started.
Whoa. Are you recording?
No, I'm not. Now I'm recording. Are you recording?
Cart after the horse.
Yeah. Well, I'm actually glad you said that because I had the channel all the way on mute. All right, here we go.
It's only in giant lettering, emboldened and outlined, right in front of your face.
That's fair. Yep, that's fair. Here we go. Welcome to the show. Last week on Loreseekers. I mean, I want to know everything about the city. If I go left or if it's going to take me here. If I go right, it's going to take me here. I depend on my mini map so much. And and I'm like, I feel like it was hindering my ability to remember the cities like I want to, so I got rid of it. Chat says Season of the Dwemer and Season of the Loreseeker.
And I've also heard Season of the Betty Netch, which makes me laugh. Dana, that's awesome.
So that being said, Lair of Marsalok, we ran that in story mode together, and I will say, hands down, that was a amazing looking dungeon.
Greetings, travelers. Welcome to the Loreseekers podcast. Grab an ale and join our two adventurers as they share their tales of misadventure in the land of Tamriel. Here they are at their usual table, Jibs and Cash.
There's no place like home.
Yeah.
No place like home.
I refuse to sit today.
What do you mean you refuse to sit
I'm going to
down?
stand. I'm going to do the
Why?
whole thing standing because I'm
Why?
full of freaking energy.
Okay, can you just give me like 20 burpees or something? Maybe she can give you something. Here she comes now.
What can I get you boys?
Well, hi. What are you ordering?
You give her that creepy look every week,
I'm in love with her.
clearly. I'm going to pick the most difficult thing to pronounce so Jibs can have the easy one to pronounce. I'm going to have the Sujama, please.
Yeah, you did real good on there. I'll take a Dagoth brandy, please. Thank you very much.
Coming right up.
Yep, thank you.
Cheers.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Wow. I don't even know where to start. Have you just been so excited to do a show? You don't even know how to start it off?
Yeah.
Yeah? That's about where I'm at right now.
I texted you today. I'm incredibly excited about today's show. And
Yeah.
for no reason. I'm just full of freaking energy today.
Yeah, I'm just, you wait all week and it's just like prime time. Here we go. But
Yeah.
what have you
I
been
do
up to?
miss it. I do miss it.
I miss it too. Once a week isn't enough.
You shut your mouth.
Don't get any ideas. Whoa, slow
Don't you
down.
get any
Pump
ideas.
the brakes, listeners.
Jeez.
Pump the brakes.
Yeah. Add another 0 to the end of my paycheck for this podcast, and maybe we'll start
Another-
2 shows a week.
I'll be right there. Say when.
Did you get the joke? Another 0 to our paycheck of 0 still equals 0.
Oh.
Okay. You know what we should do? I should write you a check every month for the show, and then you should write me a check every month for the show.
I think the check alone would be worth more than the number that's written on it.
But all of a sudden, we're getting paid.
We're getting
And
paid.
Then, now it gets more interesting, doesn't it?
It does. Because those zeros, 0.00, man, that's the big leagues right there.
We're freaking geniuses.
you get-
Genius.
Nice pull. That is amazing. So what have you been up to?
I've had a week. I've had a week inside of ESO and a week outside of ESO.
Yeah?
Let's talk inside first.
Okay.
I had done a lot of optimizing of my Templar this week, especially after a certain dungeon that we're going to talk about later.
Yeah.
Zynode has updated his Magicka Templar off-balance build. So I went and took a look at that. And he did it for Scalebreaker.
Mm-hmm.
I think he posted like a week ago or something like that. And so a little bit here and there. I'm still, kind of farming stuff so I can change a couple traits, but I'm pretty close to done with my False God set. And then Zynode went and changed it up on me. So now I'm going to farm another set and take a look at that one and see how I like that one. But it's really fun doing it because the dude is just laying down some damage. So I'm enjoying that.
I'm glad you're enjoying that.
A lot. I'm enjoying it because I know you're going to be enjoying it. We can talk about that in a minute. But what else have we had going on? Tons of gathering. Trying to get rid of some surveys. That's in-game. Out of game, if you follow on Twitter or Instagram, you may or may not know, I've added 2 more little baby Khajiit to my real-life family.
Yeah, you did. They are just the cutest little things. I love them so bad.
Yeah, so my family got 2 more baby Sphinxes, which, crazy talk, brings us to 6, and we're freaking done. I'm like, okay, that's it. And it's kind of, I'm going to say kind of, it's a lot of my fault. My daughter came in right after we recorded last show, and she said, Dad, we're going to look at a kitten tomorrow. And I went, oh my God. So then she shows me a picture of this little tiny baby Khajiit. It's a naked sphinx. So freaking cute.
Yeah.
And she knows I have a soft spot. So we decide to go. So we go the next day, and the whole time we're talking, okay, look, we're just going to look. We're just going to look. Me and my daughter are looking at each other like, yeah, right. My wife's like, I'm not so sure about this. So we get there, and there's
bad feeling about this.
we get there, and there's 2 of them. And they're brother and sister, and they're running around playing, and they're just rolling around, just being all kinds of a big giant bucket of sweet. And we walked out of there we left to talk about it, and we went back like 3 hours later, and we came home with 2 kittens. So
You know, the greatest thing about hairless cats, like you have 6 cats, it's like you have 1 because they don't shed. Like you have no hair to deal with.
no, but they still pee and poop, dude. And luckily,
I mean,
the breeder's fantastic. So I
Yeah.
mean, when we get them, they're already good to go with potty training and everything, because that is
Right.
not something we want to delve into.
Oh yeah.
So we have these 2. I mean, people are probably asking like, oh my God, 6 cats. Yes, I am the cat man. We have like 2 giant litter boxes, or they get their own rooms. So they have 2 giant litter boxes, and we're constantly cleaning, vacuuming, wiping walls, everything. So you'd walk into our house and be like, you'd have no idea that we have 6 cats, because nothing smells. I mean, like, we're constantly on it.
Oh yeah, you'd
But
have to be at that point.
It's work, but we get
Yeah.
6 times the love, and
6
they're
times the snugs.
amazing.
That's right.
They're amazing. So,
That's
you
awesome.
know, for us, it was a happy thing. We're like giving them all the best lives they can have. So,
Live your best life with cash.
yeah. Anyway, how's your week, buddy?
It was good. There's been a lot going on. I've been working on finalizing the new Loreseeker merchandise shop. That is getting ready to come out. I had no idea how many actual designs we had until I sat there and went through them all.
You do all of them.
But it's been a while since I went through it, and so anyway, yeah, you can look forward to that. We're gonna have all kinds of fun things for you, mugs, and there's gonna be leggings for the ladies. We talked about that on the Discord, and all the ladies were like, yes, we love leggings. They're so comfortable. So we're like, all right, so we'll do some leggings for you.
Crocs for the
Hoodies,
weird dudes.
premium hoodies. I think we're gonna be working. I wish we had personalized Crocs. I think we got some trucker hats coming, all kinds of die-cut stickers. So, chat, you can look forward to that, and I think buttons as well. But
Buttons.
anyway, ladies are going to be well represented. You're going to have some nice tees and stuff, and guys as well. And it's going to be fun, you know. Let's see what else. Yeah, been working on my Magic Templar.
Yeah, buddy. I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy for you.
Chat's asking about kid shirts. Yes, there will be Loreseekers kids shirts, and I believe there's some hoodies in there. There's also a onesie that says "I'd rather be elsewhere." We put that on a onesie for your little baby.
Nice.
We got all kinds of other stuff, and we're working on some new designs as well. So, by the way, we are streaming live at twitch.tv/Loreseekers podcast. So, everyone here on the live stream, welcome. But yeah, no, lot going on. Just a lot going on. Magic Templar has been rocking. I got him up to 24 as of last night. So, almost there.
Very good.
Yeah, that's been going. And that's been about it. You know what I've really been falling back in love with the most over the last, particularly the last 48 hours. Is the reason why we started the live stream with it.
Dawson's Creek?
No, I was leaning more towards the guiding light, but
Oh my God. Nice old man pull, dude.
yeah, you're welcome. Yeah.
That's what my high school girlfriend's mother used to watch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you put that on there with the you followed. What was it before that? Was The Price is Right? Go into soaps. Oh man.
Wow. You are a redneck.
No, I.
while everybody else is at their
But
jobs.
for the record, I don't watch that. I just want to make that
You, it's already out there too.
I'm on the road every day listening to
Yeah,
XM
listening to
radio.
the Price is Right podcast, evidently.
Does he have one? But no, so yeah, there's been a lot of stuff happening behind the scenes, but I don't even want to read chat. You're laughing now. But anyway, so yeah, it's been fun. A lot of irons in the fire, a lot of good things coming, a lot of changes, good things coming. So yeah, that's been about it. But are you ready to get started? We got a show.
Dude, I feel like I'm on liquid meth right now. Holy crap.
What'd you put in there? Is it
I am
Basil Hayes?
having a Rockstar and vodka.
Oh my gosh.
That's known, the second part is known in the Midwest as just Baca. I'm having Baca, so I'm having Rockstar and Baca.
Okay,
Oh
apparently we
my
can't tell.
God. I literally feel like I should be either cleaning or escalating to the next drug right now. That is high octane. Wow.
Well, it's gonna be a fun show.
It is going to be a fun show.
I'm so happy to be here. My name's Cash.
Wide
Welcome,
up
everybody.
and awake right now.
All right, friends. Well, welcome back. This is the Loreseekers podcast, where we talk about the Elder Scrolls Online. We are your hosts. My name's Jordan Butts, or Jibs for short, and I'm joined by my brother from across the way over in SoCal, Cash.
So when you have an upper like this, you're supposed to chase it with a downer. So I'll probably have to chase this with whiskey, and then I might swallow my tongue. So if I stop talking, then look at the camera.
All right, so if I
If
hear any
my head-
slurs by the time we get around the lore lesson, then we know something's going on.
You just keep rolling with the show, but do the old text my kid so
Okay.
she knows that I'm passed out on my keyboard. That'd be
Hey,
super.
honey, your dad needs help.
Hmm.
Oh, that's freaking fantastic. Well, if you missed last week, what am I doing? I need to do the intro. If you missed last week,
Derailed.
I know. I'm looking at chat now. Apparently, someone also made the General Hospital poll as well. So there we go.
Oh my God.
We're bringing back all the oldies. But anyway, if you missed last week on the show, we had a wonderful time. Did a little lore lesson, did the latest news, and we didn't do Dungeon Lore. That's this week. This week on the show, we're talking ESO in Seattle. No, wait, no, that's old. I never update that. No, wait, did we? No. Yes? No. You're looking at me.
I don't know. You put the first part of the notes together.
That's literally my job.
You are killing
Literally
it right now.
One job. No, but anyway, we're talking the free play event that's going. I'm scrolling through the notes. Twitch Prime, you can get some free goodies there. Talking a little bit of dungeon lore on Way Res Sewers 1 and a unique lore lesson on. That's where you come in.
The Templar.
Templar.
Yes. I found some
Yeah.
class lore, friends. We're doing it.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Top notch, Jibs. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, let's get in the show. Welcome, everyone. All right, so oh wait, no, we gotta do the fan mail. Dang it, where is he at? You, get your ass over here.
He
I've been looking
totally
for
shit the bed.
Got something I'm supposed to deliver.
Totally on top of this.
Your hands only.
Thank you. It's about time. It's not like I was doing the show wrong or anything. Cankles?
How many stupid pills did you take today?
None. I'm just
You're
excited to
only
be here.
supposed to take one to get you at your baseline. That's it.
You know
When
why?
you go
You
two,
know where
you
my.
screw up our show.
You know why my head's all over the place at the moment. You know.
People are leaving.
I can't. People are leaving.
People are leaving the theater.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right.
Because so far this movie sucks. Reel it back in, Jibs.
B film, please pause.
You can do it.
B film. But all right, well, it's that time where we answer your fan mail. You'll write us, you call us, and we put it right here on the show. So we got an email here from Archbeetle, and we put we put the word out that we wanted your opinion about where we're going with ESO next year. And here we go. It says, this is from Archbeetle email. I put a little thought into the question of what next year will bring for ESO. I agree that Skyrim is more than likely next, but one caveat. The rest of Skyrim has 2 years worth of content on the current release schedule. Whiterun and Solitude would make excellent chapters. If they want to answer a community request, the Bard's College would be a good way to incorporate that class. As for Whiterun, maybe a companion skill line. Oh, my.
Mm-hmm.
A look at what Solstheim and Winterhold are like during the time of ESO would make great Q4 releases. Maykarth and the Reach in general would be a great area for new dungeons, as would the Fortress of the Dawn Guard. But there's so many great places for Dungeons and Trials around Skyrim. Wow! He just hit it all.
He
All in
did,
one
including
email.
Maykarth, which is actually Markarth, but that's okay.
Oh, all right. Well, you know, I mean, I totally put the segments in the wrong order, so you know I'm on a roll.
Poop, you poop mouth? Why would you say that, Ron?
I
See poop coming out of your mouth?
love lamp.
Apparently, you are brick tonight. Apparently.
Veronica, I would like to invite. I can't say that line on there. All right.
Yes, you can. We have a bleepy thing. We have the bleepy thing.
Oh,
too.
okay, ready? I would like to invite you to a party to my.
You didn't trust me, did you?
You son of a
I was not going to hit it.
dirty rat. All right. So anyway, what? That's a good perspective, because
Yeah.
let's frame it like this, because he hit every nail on the head with a potential Skyrim chapter release. And this brings me to this perspective. If they incorporate it, okay, is it possible for ESO to frame future chapter releases around previously released single-player RPG content, i.e. Oblivion, i.e. Skyrim? I mean, we already did Morrowind, essentially, in a way. They brought, you know what I mean? They brought it back.
Yeah.
Is that possible for them to do that?
You mean seeing as how there's already a single player game?
Yes. I mean, like, you have those themes,
Yeah.
you have those places where they can go back and visit them. Is there room for that in ESO? Because
Oh, hell yeah.
not to take away anything from his question, but to just bring it that much further out and about here with us, as there's so many places that we could visit.
Well, there's definitely room on the map.
Oh, absolutely.
That's for sure, because
Yeah.
some of those areas aren't framed out yet.
Yeah.
Aren't framed out yet in this timeline and in ESO. But if you look at, take Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, we now have Morrowind revisited and realized in Elder Scrolls Online.
Right.
So if there was ever a question as to, well, would Bethesda say yes to them doing something like that? Well, heck yeah, they would, because they did.
I mean, I'd be really intrigued to see what that would look like, you know?
Yeah. And he mentioned something here. He's mentioning the Bard's College. That would be amazing. But you also have the College of Winterhold. You got that.
Think of all you
There's-
could do there. Even go
There's
under
tons.
the
Yes.
surface. So we're talking snow elf content. We're talking possible
Certainly could be.
Whammer content. I know that's what in the world. I am getting a phone call. What is going on tonight, people? Jibs is doing a show.
Is it an emergency phone call?
No, it's not important.
Then put your phone down.
It's on mute.
This is my
You know
time.
what? You know the reason I keep,
It's my time.
the only
right
reason I
now.
keep this phone next to me in case I get a wife text. You don't miss wife texts. Trust me.
That's why my phone's right here.
Oh, okay, then shut your mouth. All right.
Ooh, Instagram.
Seriously?
Ooh, Twitter.
Yeah, so tweet it, tweet here, retweet. Okay, thanks.
That's actually kind of funny because I have had, this is just like a random mention, but I have been cat sitting our little babies all day long because they're still kind of quarantined for a little while.
Yeah.
So I've been up there and quarantined in a room with two little kittens all day, like, writing lore for tonight and all the stuff. And so I've been very active on Twitter and Instagram today. So my phone's just like on fire with all kinds of, well, they're likes. I guess you can't really dislike any of those unless you type a post and say you suck.
Whenever there's an ESO live, my phone is very similar to yours, what it was today. It's going off because of all the tweets that are going out.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Anyway, we derailed.
Yes. So anyway,
Back to Archbeetle Smell.
I would.
Yeah,
be-
I think this certainly could happen.
Agreed. 100%.
Soulstime could be its own expansion or its own chapter.
Absolutely.
There's tons of history there. Now, I know that I said what I would like to see come out was, like, I'd love to see at Mora, I'd love to see, or at least know what happened to the Aldmer's homeland.
Right.
But we're probably never going to see that content ever, because it's so rich and so deep in history, and it's kind of cool being mysteriously gone.
Right.
But there's so much more out there that we could see that still could be opened up in our map. You just got to look at the map in game and look at all the areas that they could still open. And who's to say that if they didn't want to do anything like that, they couldn't do something that happens to the entire landscape of Tamriel as a whole, a la that one expansion from World of Warcraft that one time, Cataclysm. Remember that? How it changed the landscape?
Yeah.
Certainly could happen. I mean, they're writing new lore every single time they put expansions out. So
Sure.
there certainly could be, what if there's a dragon break? I mean, look at all
There's a lot
of the
possibilities.
realms.
Yeah.
Look at all the realms that are out there,
Right.
all the Daedric plains that they haven't touched. I mean, we're just looking at a map, but they could touch any one of those Daedric plains that are out there and send us there, completely separate from the map of Tamriel.
I don't. Okay, you brought a lot of points. I'm just gonna say this: there is an agreement with you. If they went to Skyrim and they really explored Skyrim, I'm talking on the surface, all the way down on what's going down in the cave systems, everything that's happened with snow elves. If they, then you've got the. What if they had the moth priests really show up?
Ooh.
Like there's just so many different. They could take the best parts of that RPG and just put it in a chapter. You know what? I wouldn't even be opposed to 2 years in Skyrim. I'm sorry, but if the content's great and it's there and it's awesome, I'm there. I'm all in.
Yeah, I mean, if it's all new.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm throwing it out there too. Again, I know that I said it the last time that we talked about this. I do not think dragons are going away ever. Now, of course, they'll always live in elsewhere.
I don't think you can.
From here on out. Yeah, you'll never get rid of them. But what I'm saying is, I think they are going to leak out of elsewhere.
Yeah.
And end up in other places.
Yeah.
Because, and I will repeat this, I know I said it again, but could you imagine being in new content in Skyrim and you hear those dragons over your head? Just cruising around, just like they do in elsewhere.
If we go to Skyrim, I'm picturing that. The screen, the visuals of that area has to have that kind of gloomy, cold tint to it the entire time you're there, like you have in Skyrim. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And then it's just, talk about the feels. Like, I'm a Oblivion guy. Really, I am. But that experience in Skyrim, what you just described, it's amazing. Yeah. And it's one of a kind. And I would love to experience it ESO. So, anyway, Beetle, thanks so much. We really appreciate it. Good email. Wow. All right, so this one's from Gaz. He says, my current question is simply this. Oh, we've gotten this before, but this is good. This can be good for other people to listen. How do you guys fit gaming time into your family and work lives? As of right now, I work full-time with various shift patterns, including night shift. My wife and I have a 3-month-old daughter at home, which we're happy spending as much time possible with. So my current gaming time is approximately 1 hour in the evening when everyone has gone to bed. This suits me just fine now, as I can log on, do a few quests, and log off again, and that is satisfaction enough for me. I'm sure there are other parents or similar people in the Loreseekers with limited game time. However, for you guys, having to keep up to date with current content, gear, and multiple characters, plus your separate work lives, plus your family lives, and also running a podcast on top of it all, not to mention losing weight and staying fit and healthy, how on earth do you guys structure your days to fit it all in? I'm just curious because I have no doubt you both have very busy schedules. However, the level of energy, positivity, and professionalism you guys show each week does not go unnoticed. Wow, thank you.
Thank you. That's the last
really
part. It's the math. It's the liquid math. I'm just kidding.
It's the
Once again,
vodka, apparently.
Once again, we at Loreseekers do not condone the use of methamphetamines at any time.
We're going to have to do a disclaimer at the beginning of the show.
You want to take it?
You want to take it?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah, you take it.
Yeah, so we've hit on this one before. I think Jibs and we're both lucky in the respect that yes, we have families and full-time jobs, but we have flexible full-time jobs. So, and Jibs even more so now. I think I'll let you answer that part for yourself, but like myself, and this is going to sound incredibly spoiled, but I have downtime at work that allows me to take my laptop out and play and write lore and do stuff like that when I'm not actively on an emergency call. I'm able to do that, which is fantastic. Now, don't get me wrong, I still have a work day at work. We still have things that, we have to do and get done throughout the day. I'm not like a total slug, but I do get hours at work where it is my own time and I can kind of do whatever I want. So instead of like watching TV or working out or whatever, I choose to do that. When I am home and at work, in order to get everything done that I need to get done, the very first thing that I do in the mornings is fitness. Always. I'm very serious about that. And the only reason being is because I work in public safety. I work both law enforcement and fire rescue. I do both. When I signed up, this is my personal feeling. When I signed up for that, I gave away any right that I had to be unfit because it's not fair to myself, not fair to my family, and most importantly, as part of my job, it is not fair to the people that I serve. That's my personal philosophy. So when I get up in the morning, first order of business is coffee. Then I go pretty much straight to the gym. I have a garage gym at home, or I go to work early and I get stuff done there. So fitness is absolutely a part of my day. That being said, the family part, which is a very, very integral part of me being able to do all this stuff, my wife and daughter come first, always. So whenever I'm playing, if I'm on Discord or whatever, and my wife needs me, or if I'm writing lore or whatever, researching something, when my wife asks for my help, if my daughter asks for my help, I drop what I'm doing and I leave and go help them immediately. And by doing that, they see that they're number one, and they allow me the time that I need to do what I got to do with this stuff, because this is my hobby. And I love to do that. So is it a very delicate balance? Yes, it is. Have I pissed off my wife and daughter before by doing this maybe a little too long? Oh, yeah, for sure. But you reel it back around and you just make sure that they understand they're number one. And it allows me to do these type of things and have the time for it. So I guess in order to put it in a nutshell, I'm lucky to have the time and the work schedule that I do that allows me to do this stuff, but prioritizing your priorities is number one. And it sounds like you're absolutely doing that. So if you only have an hour, get whatever you can out of that hour. And trust me, right now you're in the trenches with a 3-month-old. So that will get better as they get older, a little better of a sleep schedule, spend a little time with your wife. Maybe that 1 hour turns into 2 and you can do a little bit more stuff, but you still got to live your life. So that's kind of how I do it. I know Jibs has a similar thing.
Yeah, I'd say that was pretty perfectly described. So I would preface this by saying Cash and I are very similar in a lot of aspects of our life. And then the things that we're not, we're polar opposites, which is what makes this show so much fun. Truly, honestly. Because what I am not, he is. What he isn't, I am, as far as personality standpoint. So it makes for a fun dynamic here on the show.
That's smart and dumb, smart versus dumb.
Well, I'm the smart one. I just want to put that out there.
That's clear.
Second of all, we're very repetitious. We are at our best when we're busy. We are very repetitious in the way that we do things. For instance, Cash told you his regimen. I have a very similar regimen. Now, granted, my gaming's at night. I really don't sleep. I don't remember the last time I slept 8 hours. I just don't do that. I don't need that much sleep. I'm a night owl, and I get up at 6 a.m. every day ready to rock and roll.
That's the keto.
So It's more like 80-20 in keto right now. But man, I'm good. 90-10. No, wait, no. Let's dial it back. 85,
Oh.
85-15. 85-15. But anyway, so to be honest with you, I do most of my gaming at night. The whole podcast thing, this is my outlet. This is my hobby. This is a thing that I've over the years really enjoyed. And one thing for me personally is I am on the road a lot. I am very much a road warrior now these days with this new job. And so for me personally, I do a lot of my creative thinking while I'm on the road, thinking about what we could do for a show, what we could do, maybe what I need to work on. So most of my ideas are already ready, and I can just put them to paper when I get home or whatever I'm doing. So that way, I'm trying to work when I'm not working, if that makes sense. Work smarter, not harder, kind of thing. So two things are getting accomplished at once, pretty much. So I'm driving for work, but I'm also thinking about the show and whatnot. That being said, we've done this long enough, especially when it comes to the podcast side of things, that we are very regimented, and we've had a lot of practice and prep work. And I'm getting ready to, something I'm really developing right now is I want to do I always forget the name of it. What is it? A workshop.
Workshop.
I'm going to do a workshop where I want
Dude.
to teach you everything I know about podcasting, everything I've learned from my perspective. And I will show you how you can make your show notes done very quickly, professionally, and it's something that's really the lifeblood of your show. That being said, we've done this long enough now where I don't have to put show notes together until the last 24 hours, just because we know where we're going. And Cash knows me, I know him, I know what he's going to say, how he'll react, etc. We can feed off each other well, and that's seen in the show notes development process.
That's just because we're game married.
So that
He knows what I'm gonna say.
I wore the dress
He could
with my
finish my
handlebars and my eyeliner.
He could finish my sentences. It's such a sweet thing. Oh God, I just picked a little bit in my mouth.
Is it because of the handlebars I was wearing that day?
Oh my God. It'll be
Because-
okay if you never say that again.
All right, that's fair. So that being said, we just have years of experience, to be honest, guys. And this years of experience of casting and also running a community has helped us. It allows us to do more. Cash and I are happiest when we're busy, so we're always pushing the envelope and trying new things. I don't even want to reach out. I don't want to reach out at all. I can't reach out.
It's amazing.
It's a dumb story. I don't.
I'm gonna say one that just cracked me up. Lego My Lego 69 says, yeah, they do sound like a married couple while they're doing dungeons. Lego must have been in a dungeon with us at some point
We're gonna be talking about that.
and heard us bickering.
I have no comeback for that. Are you ready for the news? It's time for the news. Thanks for the emails. What?
I just want to say super quick before you do a little clinky clinky thing.
Okay.
I'm very excited for the development of your workshop for podcasting, because I think there's tons of podcasts coming out right now for ESO from some really, really good people and good players, and I think that is incredible. But if there's somebody that has another interest other than ESO, maybe it's somebody else that wants to podcast about ESO. Trust me, and I'm saying this from a place of respect out of what Jibbs knows and has taught me. He can teach this stuff like very, very well. And I'm glad that you mentioned that on the show, because it locks you into doing it now. Because I will watch it and learn something from him. I think it's going to be, it'll be a fantastic thing. We do it live on Twitch. Dude.
Yeah, we will.
So golden.
Yeah, we're going to do it live on Twitch. I know there's going to be 3 parts. One, I'm going to teach you how show prep, going to teach you equipment you need, how to get you started, and then we'll do a Q&A. So it's going to be a good time. And I will not stop the Q&A until every question has been answered. We'll spend time. We're going to have a good time. So yeah, it's going to be good. So thank you for bringing that up. I appreciate it. Yeah. Okay, well, let's clink some mugs. All right, so it's time for the news. Let's get started. Jump into Tamriel during our free play event. This coming to us from ESO official. Oh, wait. Here's news.
What the hell's happening right now?
Do you know what's happening next week, Cash? Do you know what's happening next week?
I'll be a week older.
We will, and we'll be saying a whole lot of FU fins because Mr.
Yeah.
Mike
sure.
Finnegan will be joining us at the taverns, ESO Dungeon Lead, so you can look forward to that. All of you that are in our community, you got to submit some questions. They are out there. He has them. They will be asked.
Yeah.
There you go. So you can look forward to
He's
that
gonna
next
be
week.
fun.
Oh, I can't wait.
He's going to be a
good
lot of fun. Yeah.
time. Yeah, it's
We're
gonna
going to
be
have a
cool.
little talk with him. But you know what the funny part is? There is nothing that we are going to say about the difficulty of some of these dungeons that is even going to phase Finn.
No, not at all.
He's going to chuckle and he's just going to go, you guys just suck. Just get good. Which is totally true. It's like, just get good. What else am I going to say? This is the way it is. And
love it.
I would have it no other way.
Oh, absolutely. I agree.
Freaking love the challenge of this game.
Agree 100%. Agree 100%. So anyway, that's news for you for Loreseekers. It's coming next week. We are going to be streaming that Tuesday. I don't have a date. That's the 3rd. Yeah, September 3rd, 7:30 p.m. EST. If you want to see that live, you can. It'll be at twitch.tv/Loreseekers podcast, or you can wait till Friday and get it then with the whole episode. It's all pieced together and all that good stuff. So look forward to that. Anyway, what's wrong?
You know how I know I love this game?
Why?
This is like fun fact. I'm just like looking at the link to the jump into Tamriel during the free play event. And I just look at the screens of the game.
Yeah.
And it makes me want to play this game. Like, I'm just like, oh my God, I love it. Oh, I've been there. Oh, I know where that is. It's so stupid. I'm like a little kid that is going to Disneyland like an hour.
But you know what, though? If you really slow down and take the time, you'll be surprised what you will always find that grabs your attention in this game. There's so much, you know?
It's
so
the
much.
feel. I just have that. I have that feeling. It just fills my heart when I look at some of these screens. So good. Okay, sorry. Let's continue.
All right. So there you go. Jump in Tamriel during our free play event that's coming to us from ESO Official. The Elder Scrolls Online free play event is going on right now. And guess what? It ends September 2nd. So you got all this weekend. If you're listening on release day, you got all weekend that you can enjoy some ESO for free. During the free play event, you can download and play the Elder Scrolls Online base game on all platforms. That's PC, Mac, Steam, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. You can play it free with no strings attached. The base game includes access to 4 powerful classes, 23 unique zones, an amazing main story quest line, and much more. Plus, you'll also have access to the Morrowind chapter and the Elsewhere prologue quest. Heads up, go to Morrowind, your mind will be blown. Quick note, if you've played in a free play event previously, you'll be able to continue your adventure as if you never left cache. I love that so much. They nailed it there. And all new ESO accounts made will receive 500 crowns for the in-game crown store. What do you think of that? Do you like the whole progress continue thing?
Yeah,
Continuation?
of course.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know. I almost hate to say that I think it's just going to be expected from now with some of the things that are coming out for the game, because it's been like this year has been very seamless.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's one whole story, like I'm really anticipating the next stuff.
Right.
And for people who love the lore of the game, we were really excited to like go through the Scalebreaker content, because it allowed us, I think we allowed ourselves, we put ourselves in groups like with Loreseekers to just go slow through the content and actually absorb the story. And there's so many little things that harken back to other stories and other dungeons and other aspects of the game, and they kind of bring it all together. And yet at the same time, the story of the dragons and Elsewhere continues. So I hate to say it, but now it's going to kind of be expected. Instead of having this content is here, the next content will be a whole different thing. You know, where it's like, okay, well, we're tackling wolves over here, or we're tackling werewolves over here, and then over here we're tackling the lizards in Murkmire and all this different stuff. This is like a saga.
Well,
I think I had mentioned it before that this is like that epic quest that you put your character on, and it has actual meaning, and you're making differences, and it continues forever, and the content is great.
Right.
That's what I love in these RPGs.
Yeah, and honestly, I think as long as it's feasible behind the scenes, I love the way that this makes me feel. I love the way that this season of the Dragon has made me feel. It feels infinitely larger.
That's what she said.
That was really good.
What happened?
Well done.
Sorry.
Oh, that was good. Wow.
I've
All
had
right.
my finger on that button for half an hour.
Well, that's fair. I mean, you nailed it. But anyway, the chapter feels infinitely bigger simply because of the way it's been themed. Now, granted, I felt like Somerset as a chapter in itself was huge. It was. But the whole experience, I would say, overall, feels much larger. Go ahead.
I'll let you go on that one.
Nope, go ahead.
I've said my piece, and like,
yeah.
so God, did you see this screen
What?
on the
There's
post?
A lot of screens. Yeah.
Okay, so like almost all the way, it is all the way down at the bottom, but there is this screen of Halls of Colossus where the dragons are coming out and they're just shouting Abner and God, what's her name? Super cutie little Khajiit. It's not Thariah.
Oh, come here.
Come here. Yep, they're shouting. He's just like shouting both of them onto the ground.
Right.
But just the artwork, and there's two dragons like peeking out of the hole, like, get out of my way. I'm coming out right now.
Right.
It's like that. You look at that screen and it brings the whole story right back to my heart. I'm like, oh my God, I got to play through Elsewhere again.
Right.
That's what this content is doing to me. And I know there's people out there that it's doing the same thing. Now, I know there's people that play the game just for the mechanics and it's a beautiful game and all that other stuff. But man, when you just let the story take over your soul, you can look at a screenshot and just fall in love with it again. So that's what that saga does for me, that year-long story. And I hope wherever they continue to take it, they don't stop with these free play events to introduce people to this and these other long stories, whatever they may be.
Yeah. Agreed.
It just hits home.
I agree. I have nothing to add. That's fantastic. Agreed. 100%. Let me throw this at you. I know we did a lore lesson on, I'm going to butcher this, the dragon's name, the main dragon's name in Skyrim. Alduin? No. What? Chat, help me out. Main dragon's name in Skyrim. The main Betty.
Parthenax.
Parthenax?
In Skyrim?
Yeah.
Parthenax.
What?
That's the main dragon. You got to make the big choice then.
Okay. All right. Didn't we do a lore lesson on when?
No, it's Alduin. You're talking about the,
yes,
the evil dragon.
The
Yeah,
evil
it's
one.
Alduin.
I'm sorry. Yeah, the evil
Okay.
dragon. I know we did a lore lesson where thank you, chat, where we talked about him. I don't remember the year that he was around. Is it possible for him to be around during this era in ESO?
Yeah, they live thousands of years. I think Alduin. Oh man, well, you really put me on the spot.
I know. I'm sorry. I know. That's a tall order.
Remember,
We've
we
taken a
didn't
lot of
call this
lore.
podcast Lore Masters. We called it Lore Seekers.
Well, step it up.
Let me look it up real quick.
All right, so you look
as
it up.
We do this.
You look it up while I finish this article, all right? We got to get through this. During the free play event, you can save some cash, by the way.
Save yourself some cash.
I wish I could every week. All right, so, wait, save myself from Oh, there's the middle finger. All right, so this goes into the next article. Save on the Elder Scrolls Online and elsewhere. All right, so during this free play event, again, ESO official. So during this free play event, you can also buy the game on sale. You probably can find that lore lesson in the Loreseeker archives, probably. The Elder Scrolls Online elsewhere, you can get that up to 40% off. And the Elder Scrolls Online Standard Edition is on sale for up to 50% off. That does include access to the base game and the Morrowind Zone. And I'm going to say this till the cows come home, you won't be disappointed with Morrowind. It's amazing. Maybe it's because I'm a fan.
One of the best.
Literally one of the best. It's like going back in time. All right, so there's that. You find anything?
No,
All right,
he's
keep
been
digging.
around for a long time.
Okay. I'm just saying, wouldn't a younger, what was it, Alduin? Yeah. Wouldn't a younger Alduin showing up in ESO just break the bank for a Skyrim chapter?
Yes, he can be around. The reason being, and I will quote this right here.
Okay. We have a quote.
Some consider that Alduin's desire to be worshipped by the mortal races was him having forsaken. Oh my God, I so thought that said foreskin. Was him having forsaken his proper role as world eater because of his own pride and arrogance. Regardless, throughout the Merithic era, Alduin stood as a cruel leader to dragonkind and the ruler of Skyrim. Men were increasingly subjugated, becoming enslaved, and even sacrificed to the dragons, though their underlings, the dragon priests, who wielded an authority equal to the king's. So this is bringing reference to Alduin being alive during the Merithic era, which we know it went on Merithic first, second, third, fourth.
Just saying.
So,
that'd be one.
You've been
heck of
around a long time.
And this is I'm totally stealing this from chat. Not sorry. Who wrote that? I can't. Okay, this is from Midnight Matt. Rigert riding a dragon in prologue to Skyrim. Boom, mic drop.
Oh my God, who said that? Freaking Midnight Matt.
Oh,
Rigger riding a dragon.
I would buy that
Oh
T-shirt.
my God.
Rigert is the most undervalued NPC in this game.
Dude, Rigert is like, oh my God. Can I say this without getting hate mail? Rigert to me is like something about Mary's brother,
Oh my
her special brother.
He's a special man. That's for sure.
And I'm going to leave it right there because I could carry that joke forever. And I really would rather not offend anybody this evening.
Yeah,
I
really don't want to.
That is the equivalent to Rigert to me in the Elder Scrolls Online, but nice pull, Matt. That is a very nice pull.
Yeah, agreed. So that being said, seeing that Skyrim chapter open up with a younger evil dragon, Alduin, yeah. That being said,
Man,
you're on that vodka kick there with that Rockstar, aren't you? Just
dude,
kicking you
I
nuts.
am not kidding you. It's like an upper and a downer in the same freaking drink. Holy
I can't
crap.
see your pupils. All right, so get a unique pet and and mount with Twitch Prime. This is coming to us from ESO Official. Get your hands on a unique Elder Scrolls Online pet and mount with this month-long Twitch Prime promotion. Zoss is happy to announce all new exclusive Twitch Prime loot for the PC and /Mac Elder Scrolls Online players. Going on right now until September 27th. Twitch Prime members can claim a unique Nowhere Steed mount and a Nowhere Pony pet via twitch.tv. Here's what you need to do to claim your exclusive rewards. Link your ESO and Twitch accounts, PC Mac only. Get Twitch Prime with Amazon Prime and visit twitch.amazon.com/ESO and click Claim Offer. They'll have you log in. And once you've claimed your mountain pet, you can find them in both the North American and European servers. Please note that while this Twitch Prime ESO promotion is PC Mac only, Zoss is making progress on bringing these types of promotions to our console players in the future. Stay tuned for details.
I got a couple of comments, but I think I'm going to start with my console comment.
Yeah. Okay.
There needs to be a massive amount of love given to our console players.
Yes. 100%.
Like, okay, so and this is, I have never been like a PC master race type of guy. That's just where I happen to play. We may joke about it, but I feel like the console players just get a running start nut kick with all of this stuff, and it bums me out a little bit.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
maybe I know there's some behind the scenes stuff that probably goes on where things need to get tested on PC first. But you know what would be really nice? How about one of these DLCs or something that comes out? Maybe they release it on console first.
I would like console first, I would like console to get a whole plethora of things that I do not have access to ever, that I will ever get. And
Whoa, pump the brakes.
no. They deserve their own home at least. They deserve a free mount at least. They deserve a lot of things. They deserve more love than than they have gotten. And I'll say this.
Deserve, yes. But I don't think that they would ever do exclusive console stuff. Eventually, everything that we have on PC is available on console, except for add-ons, obviously, but that's not a ZOS sanctioned thing. That's player stuff. You know what I mean? But I guarantee you that if they released exclusive stuff just for console, it would be a tirade of blah 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 blah
I'm sure, but
from all the wussies.
look, here's
They
what I'm
would
saying.
just complain.
No, here's what I'm saying. They get something that only they can have, like whether it's a certain color of it, a certain color of a pet, a certain color, not a pet, that's not enough, a mount, maybe some kind of style of a home, something. Because ultimately, at the end of the day,
I'll buy that.
we get stuff first every single time,
Right.
and
Right.
they always have to wait. And look, this is not coming from, I mean, look, I'm not like, like going off the handles here. I mean, we are constantly getting mentions on Twitter from console players,
Right.
of what they're dealing with as far as late releases and whatnot, which I get, the later releases, Microsoft and PS4 has to approve everything. But on top of that is also marketing-wise, if you're looking at this from a business sense, this provides ZOS with extended marketing. They can keep marketing the crap out of something for weeks simply because there's two release schedules that are distanced. They're far apart from each other, further apart from each other. So that being said, ESO's name is out there more, all right? Now, also, I maybe I'm the only one in this camp, but I feel like they need to get stuff only they can have, whether it's a mount, I don't know what. I'm not saying like chapter or content releases. I'm just saying give them love. Give them some serious love because they're players too. They deserve it. They deserve console love.
Yeah. Something exclusive would be really cool, like an early content release for them or something like that, I think would be great. And here's part of the reason I'm saying that. You have some serious heavy hitters. There are very, very serious players. It's not just like they're just like logging in to play a couple of rounds of Fortnite.
Yeah.
It's not happening. I mean, you have very serious players, and on top of that, contributors to the ESO fam, like big time. A lot of content creators create on either PS4 or Xbox One. So it would be really nice. Maybe I'm retracting what I was thinking about something exclusive for them. But man, if there's a way to show some love to console, because they love this game just as much as PC players too. And I just feel that, getting all of the content releases and everything first, there's something that we're missing in the understanding of why we're getting everything first.
Oh,
I feel bad. And like the other thing, like Twitch drops. That sucks.
yeah, that
They
dude,
can't
like
get
there's
Twitch drops
yeah.
on their accounts. And it's probably something that has to do with the Xbox Live service or the PlayStation Plus. What is it? Not PlayStation.
I don't know. I'm an Xbox guy.
Yeah. PlayStation Marketplace, whatever it is, the PlayStation service. So anyway, I don't know. That's just a small little, box top rant right there. But
I mean, look, in the very least, let them have access to something in the spring and we don't get it till the fall on the Crown Store or something that they get discounted and they also get it early. I mean, something. Give them something.
You know what would be cool? Like something like this horse for Xbox players, they could get these horses in green.
Oh, that'd be dope.
Or for PlayStation players, they get it in blue.
Well, we already get it in blue.
That's not blue. That's hot.
We can
pink.
get it in blue though. It was one of the where did we get that from? We got it. I know we have it.
Yeah, but it's not this one. Like I'm looking at this one, I'm like, oh, does that come in colors for men?
No, it already came in
Like,
blue.
that's hot pink.
It's already out in blue.
Yeah, I think I have it. I think
Oh,
we all
okay.
have it.
Yeah, I gotta check my
Um,
mount list. I don't know.
But
Anyway,
anyway,
so there's that.
rant.
Yeah,
Sorry
rant
about
off.
the rant.
All right, so most importantly, what happened this week was Scalebreaker and DLC Game Pack Update 23. They're now live on all platforms. It's coming to us from ESO Official. I don't know if you had a chance, but watch that new Scalebreaker trailer. I'm not going to play it here, but whew. Goodness gracious. That was awesome. Sai Sahan showing up and showing off.
Yeah. Good old sigh.
Yeah, they did good. They did real good on that. We would have played it here, but we want just a little bit more dialogue before we put it in the show. So anyway, the Scalebreaker DLC Dungeon Pack and Update 23 bring exciting new adventures and improvements to ESO. This includes 2 new... we've already talked about this ad nauseum over the past episode, so we're going to kind of gloss over this, let you know it's available, and we're moving on. So, 2 new Season of the Dragon Dungeons, Lair of Marsalak and Moongrave Fane, 8 new item sets and 5 new collectibles, update to Undaunted Keys, Guild Trader, multi-bidding, multi-crafting, and more. The Scalebreaker DLC Game Pack is free for all ESO Plus members. Otherwise, you can purchase it for 1,500 crowns in the Crown Store. Now, here's a quick note. If your ESO Plus membership lapses, you will lose access to the DLC dungeons until you renew or purchase the DLC with crowns. You won't lose any items or rewards you earned while you had access. The Scalebreaker Collector's Bundle is also available for 4,000 crowns. This includes the DLC Game Pack, the Ancient Dragon Hunter Horse Mount, the Ancient Dragon Hunter Wolf Pet, 5 Crown Experience Scrolls, and you can find and purchase the Scalebreaker Collector's Bundle in the Crown Store. We've all seen it there for quite some time. At least PC has. Quick note, entering either Lair of Marsalak or Moongrave Fane, you will automatically receive, for free, the Dread Aurelian Mask. It's a different color version of the mask you get in the Elsewhere questline. It's really good. And that being said, Update 23 also brings quality of life improvements, and we already mentioned it. We'll say it one more time here before we finish this one off. Undaunted Keys and Merchants, multi-crafting, and Guild Trader multi-bidding. Boom. What do you think? We ran the dungeon, and we didn't even did vet.
Yeah. So just a quick mention right here for the Undaunted Keys and Merchants. What that basically means, your Undaunted Keys are now account wide. So if you look in your currency for any character, all of the keys that you get from running or from completing Undaunted quests, the pledges, are all available on all your characters. So if you had 20 on one character and 10 on the other character, then now you have a total of 30.
There you go.
And they're all accessible. The merchants part, what that means is that instead of having to go to one of the 3 chests that are available at the Undaunted Enclaves to get your monster set shoulder piece, you can now talk to the 3 people that give you Undaunted quests, and each of them has a store. You go to those stores and you have a way better chance of getting the monster set shoulder piece that you're looking for, because they have several different chests available. So I think gone are the days where you're spending 30 keys just to get your Elambris shoulder piece, because now it really narrows it down and gives you a much, much better chance of getting the shoulder you're looking for. But you still have to kind of do your research on which ones drop what. But that's fantastic.
Yes.
The multi-crafting is epic.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
But you got to be careful. Because if you happen to hit craft max, you're going to go through a lot of your resources really quickly. So be careful. You got to know exactly how much you want. But if you are looking to level something really, really quickly, you set it to the number of things you want to make. You click the button and it just goes. Your level will go from 2 to 30, just like that.
It's really
So,
convenient.
It's very convenient. It's very cool, but you do have the potential to use a lot of mats really, really quickly. So just make sure that that is what you want to do. Okay. Are we talking dungeons now?
Yeah, but real quick. You know what? Yeah. Yeah, let's do dungeon lore. You ready for that? Let's do dungeon lore. Let's get into dungeon lore.
Very nice, my friends. Today, we are talking dungeon lore on Wayrest Sewers 1 as we continue our series. I believe this is number 9.
Shut up. No, it's not.
You shut up. Talk to me like that.
No,
We
you
were
roll.
friends.
Shut your mouth.
I thought we were friends.
Yeah, I kind of put up with you. Kind of like that zit that
That's
doesn't
so
go
funny
away.
because my wife says that same thing.
Well, maybe she's onto something.
Well, play it. I have zero comeback for that. So we are doing dungeon lore, my friends. If you're new to the show and you're not quite sure what dungeon lore is, we take a different spin on talking about dungeons here at Loreseekers. What we want you to understand are the things available in these dungeons and what you're actually doing to help these non-player characters get through their troubles. So we explain the story of each of these dungeons, and we started all the way at the beginning with Fungal Grotto 1, and I believe we're on number 9, Wayrest Sewers number 1.
There's so many dungeons.
There's a lot. We're going to be old and retired by the time we get done with all of these dungeons. Trust me.
Heck yeah.
So anyway, when you're loading into Wayrest Sewers 1, the loading screen text will read, Wayrest is justifiably proud of the commodious modern sewers that drain the city's wastes into the Iliac Bay. That's the poop. But the curving conduits beneath the streets contain dark secrets unsuspected by those who walk in the light of day above. Ooh. A lot of poop down there.
Yeah, that's like the equivalent of Merkmeyer.
It may be. Wear your galoshes. So the zone this is found in, this is in Stormhaven. It's actually locally found in Menevia. The location is Wayrest. And the quest you're going to find down there in the first iteration of Wayrest Sewers, because there's a 1 and 2, but we're doing Wayrest 1 tonight. You're going to find a quest called Deception in the Dark. And the story is, you are going to be preventing an underground invasion of Wayrest. This dungeon is located in the seedy sewers of Wayrest City in Stormhaven. You will encounter Investigator Ernand. He's a wounded Lion Guard officer who was betrayed by his former partner, Garen, while they were investigating a bandit activity reported in the sewer system. Former Lion Guard member Garen, a necromancer, betrayed the team of investigators and ambushed them in the sewers. Investigator Ernan has tasked you with locating the Pellinger twins, Varain and Aline, and stopping their plans to build an army to invade the city of Wayrest. Pretty straightforward. Types of enemies you're going to run into are Pellinger henchmen. This is the army that is building down there. Skeevers, of course. Every sewer has skeevers. Crocodiles and mud crabs. The mini bosses you're going to run into is Slime Craw, a very giant crocodile. We're going to talk a little bit about Slime Craw coming up. There's the Rat Whisperer, a super freaking weird, eccentric man with skeever pets. Like when you walk up to him, he's literally dancing down there. It's super weird. Then there's Ulgarg the Hungry, a seedy smuggler who also likes to freaking stun everybody and fear him. He's a pain in the butt. Then the bosses. Investigator Garen. He is a Breton necromancer and the former city investigator who betrayed his Lion Guard comrades while they were looking for bandits in Wayrest sewers. Then you're going to run into Varain Pellinger himself, a Breton nobleman and leader of a potential coup with a plan to take over Wayrest. Then you're going to run into, at the very end of the dungeon, Aileen Pellinger, a Breton noblewoman and sister to Varain. She's a bandit leader with a plan to take over Wayrest with her brother and her father, Master Pellinger.
She has some serious personality issues.
Yeah, she comes and goes as she pleases during your fight
Yeah,
with
she's
her.
a little, off kilter.
Right.
Yeah. So gear sets, this first one actually I see this called for in PvP builds, and that is the light armor set Combat Physician. So 2 items adds 1096 up to 1096 maximum magicka. 3 items, 833 spell crit. 4 items, up to 833 spell crit. And at 5 items, when you critically heal yourself or an ally, you grant your target a damage shield that absorbs up to 8100 damage for 6 seconds. This effect can occur once every 6 seconds. It's very, 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 very good. Next up, for medium armor set, we've got Tooth Row. This increases your max stam up to 1096, weapon crit up to 833, 833 weapon crit again at 4 items, and at 5 items, 100 weapon damage, plus you gain major savagery at all times, increasing your weapon crit rating by 2191. I don't know if that's right, but he's taking a potty break, and I can't correct him because I'm not for sure. It's just you and me now. So, for the heavy set, we've got Sergeant's... You'll never know until you listen. Here he comes. Okay, here we go. So, Sergeant's Mail. That's the heavy armor set. That gives you 1206 max health, 129 health recovery, and 129 weapon damage. At 5 items, increases the damage of your fully charged heavy attacks by 1634. Now, quite possibly, one of the most useful things out of this dungeon, and this is called for in multiple builds. I have seen this, PvP and PvE, and that is Slime Cross. That is one item is 833 spell crit and 833 weapon crit. At 2 items, you gain Minor Berserk at all times, increasing your damage by 8%. That
Solid.
is solid. I believe I use that. Yeah, that's what I call for on the Bobo build on our website. It's
also called for in Magicka builds too, because you get both the spell crit and weapon crit. So the weapon crit's really not going to do you anything if you're a Magicka character, and spell crit's not really going to do much for you if you're a Stam character. But what they go for is that Minor Berserk at all times. 8% increase of damage, that's massive.
Agreed, 100%. 100%. Now for achievements, so you've got Wayrest Sewers 1 Vanquisher. Basically beat all the bosses in Wayrest Sewers 1. Then you got Wayrest Sewers Conqueror. By the way, Wayrest Sewers 1 is in every one of these accomplishment or achievements. If I skip it, just know it's Wayrest Sewers 1, all right? All right, so Conqueror. So that means beating every boss in Vet on this dungeon. And then you've got Down the Gutter. That's defeat Ellen Pellenweir in Vet, Wayrest Sewers 1 after invoking the Scroll of Glorious Battle. Then you got Vet Mercenary Slayer. Defeat 500 Pellinger Mercenaries in Vet, Wayrest Sewers 1. You got Skeever Slayer. Defeat 800 Skeevers in Vet, Wayrest Sewers 1. That means you've had some time on that character.
Remember how you were talking about being an achievement hunter for dungeons?
I still want to do it. I'm down.
Then let's start a fungal.
Well, I gotta get this freaking Templar up because I accidentally deleted Icasis.
It turns out that you get XP in Fungal 1.
Hindsight.
So let's start there and 100% it.
2020. Yeah. Well, we really do need to do that though.
Start tonight.
I can't do that tonight. I gotta make this show for you so it can release tomorrow.
I'm making it for you right now.
Well, that's the end of Loreseekers.
Good night, everybody. Jibs is being a real a-hole.
Wayrest Sewers 1 Survivor. It's a no-death run. Make it through the whole dungeon without anyone dying in your party. And then the speed run, that is Wayrest Sewers 1 Assassin. Finish the dungeon within 20 minutes. 15 minutes. I'm sorry. Timer starts when any player enters the first tunnel to the right of the entrance chamber.
Wait a minute. I thought it was 20 minutes in some of these other ones for speedrun.
It's almost always 20 minutes. So, well, it always has been up till now. Anytime we've covered it.
Minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, interesting. So just to clarify, when it says speedrun, that means like velocity type of speed, not meth.
Yeah, it's definitely movement speed. Nothing indicative of shooting
It's
yourself up with
movement.
drugs.
Yeah.
Yes.
It has nothing
Drugs
to
are
do
bad. Yes.
with drugs.
Yes.
Though they're not good.
And I would also not recommend vodka and Rockstar. But here we are.
Yeah, because clearly, like seriously, I am like in some form of tachycardia right now. That means fast heart rate. Dude, I am not gonna sleep for several hours.
You should really stop drinking that drink. You need
I
just
should
straight
go
whiskey.
put the rest of the can in this here cup
That's an awful idea.
with
All right.
some more vodka.
Do you work
Got a Lore
tomorrow?
lesson.
Are you back? Are you back at work tomorrow?
Do not work.
Oh, drink whatever you want. Here, it's time for the lore lesson.
Do you know how excited I was for this lore lesson? He's not talking to me. I was really excited for this lore lesson, and the reason being is because I have searched high and low for class lore. And it's been very, very difficult to find because there's just not much out there. But each class in the game does indeed have lore references, and we can certainly draw from other sources, even outside of the game, to draw parallels in between the game world and the real world. And that's kind of what we're going to do tonight, because Jibs and I have a flavor of the month class, which I certainly hope lasts, because I freaking love it. We're both playing Magicka Templars. I have a healer Templar, and I'm even thinking of rolling a tank Templar because I love the class so much. But tonight we're going to talk Templar lore. Now, the reason that I was super excited about this one is because you can actually draw parallels between the real world, our own history, and how the Templar in sci-fi or in fantasy, high fantasy, was born. So let's talk a little bit about it, because there are definitely some similarities to draw from. So in game, the description of the Templar reads as such: traveling knights who call upon the powers of light and burning sun to deal massive damage to their enemies while restoring health, magicka, and stamina to their allies. These warriors call upon the divines. They call upon their faith to smite the wicked and heal their friends with three very distinct skill lines: the Adric Spear, the Dawn's Wrath, and Restoring Light. So sprinkled within these three skill lines are several skills that allow the player to tap into the blinding power of the sun, the light. But where does the idea of this very divine knowledge originate? This is where we draw our parallels. In the history of the modern world, our world, the term Templar is commonly recognized in reference to the very, very famed Knights Templar. And this was a Catholic military order that was first recognized in our actual years, 1139. Now, also known as the Poor Fellow Soldiers of Christ and the Temple of Solomon, this very prominent order of Templars was among the most skilled fighting units during their crusades, and they were known as Christian warrior monks. Same thing in Elder Scrolls Online. They wore very distinctive white mantles with a red cross, which symbolized the blood of those that had been spilled that they were trying to protect. And they had a very large contingent of non-combative members of the order who managed a large economic infrastructure. As a matter of fact, the Knights Templar are known to have been the origins of the first banks of the world. And we'll talk a little bit about how they became so rich, which I think will be interesting to a lot of you. Fun fact: the Crusades in our modern world were a series of religious wars sanctioned by the Latin Church during the medieval period. The term crusade can be applied to other church-sanctioned campaigns throughout history. So the Knights Templar in our world were a driving force during the time period between 1119 and 1312. Eventually, they were disbanded due to rumors of their secret initiation. This gets really weird. They were disbanded due to rumors of their secret initiation and distrust amongst governmental leadership. They were officially dismantled in 1312 by the sitting Pope Clement V. Because of such an abrupt departure of such an influential and powerful group in European society, the Knights Templar became a major source of speculation, legend, and legacy throughout our history. They became an incredibly powerful faction. Another fun fact. So many sources throughout history claim that the Knights Templar initiation was so controversial because of their possible use of an intimate blessing. But others thought that they had a satanic influence during the ritual. Initiates had to be in good health. They had to owe no debt. They had to be unmarried, not be a member of any other order, and willing to accept a life of servitude. Now, the part of the ceremony that sparked so much controversy of the Knights Templar was when the Grand Master would bless the initiate with a kiss on the lips, a kiss on the neck, and a kiss on the stomach. Now, because of that ritual, it became a controversy, not accepted in society at the time, which, whatever, but it eventually led to the downfall of the order because they were accused of all sorts of things back in that time. So that is just us giving you a basic understanding of what the Knights Templar was itself and what the origins in thought of how the Templar in our game came about. So we can begin to kind of understand the parallels that are drawn between the modern world and the fantasy world, most specifically Elder Scrolls Online that we love so much. Warrior monks, defenders of all they consider holy and drawing upon the power of their chosen divines to spread their message, even if it meant violence, is the very basis of the Templar in the Elder Scrolls. So here's where the lore part in-game comes in. In the lore book entitled Stendarr's Divine Spear by Ptolus the Bright, he's a resolute of Stendarr, the might of the Templar is detailed, and it reads, smiting all that is smiting all that is unholy, transfixing it with point and glow, elevates us with its aura, nullifies the wicked foe. Daedra, undead, beasts and man-beasts, abominations it strikes down. Reanoint us, stalwart Stendarr, resolute with spear and crown. Ptolus the Bright continues his divine teachings in yet another piece of lore entitled Aura of the Righteous. Insomuch as all fell things abhor the light, so has Stendarr gifted all those who invoke his name with the ability to clothe themselves in a righteous aura of blessed light. Over time, even as evil's many abominations found new ways to afflict Tamriel's mortals with destruction and death, the priests and resolutes of Stendarr have adapted Stendarr's glowing gift to many purposes, whether to smite, to defend, or to heal. For offensive means, Stendarr's gift most often manifests as a piercing beam of light, resembling a spear of purifying sunlight, and often remembered in those terms. As a form of armor, Stendarr's gift may take the form of a diffuse aura that surrounds the righteous, mitigating the attacks of the abominable, or it may focus into an almost palpable shield to ward off a specific threat. And it continues. Worshippers who eschew all forms of violence, such as the harmonious masters of Lilandril, have turned Stendarr's glowing gift into a tool for healing, and then freely spread their knowledge of cleansing and healing rituals, even to Stendarr's more militant adherents. Or even in the hands of a warrior, how can the curing of ills be an ill thing? So, Continuing, Stendar, one of the 8 divines in the timeline of Elder Scrolls Online, is the god of mercy, the god of charity, well-earned luck, justice, compassion, and the righteous rule by might and merciful forbearance. He's an apologist of men, a patron of the Imperial Legion, magistrates, rulers, and knights errant. So that is a mouthful of divine titles. But it's easy to see why Stendar is such a revered entity in Tamriel and widely revered. Stendar, although his name varies from race to race, is worshipped by the pantheons of the Imperials, the Bretons, the Altmer, the Bosmer, and the Khajiit races. Little fun fact. According to the creation myth, Stendar and the other Aedra were originally formed from the blood of both Anu and Padme. You remember from one of our previous lore lessons, Anu and Padme are the very manifestation of good and evil, the very first 2 beings ever in the history of the Elder Scrolls. This very fact leads to the belief that even the Aedra are capable of performing acts of mercy and kindness, but also violence and pain, which is the very basis of what a Templar is. They're first monks, worshippers, representatives of their divine power in both Elder Scrolls Online and in our parallel world, our Earth. Warrior monks who are capable of defending their religion and defending the innocent and the righteous with acts of violence. The warrior monk. I don't know how that makes you guys feel, but I am incredibly interested in that kind of stuff. Just amazing premise for both something in real life and something in a game that we love.
It's so good.
It's incredible.
So good. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the very precepts of Stendar further explain why he's the chosen deity of so many subjects in Tamriel. Stendar commands all mortals to make themselves vulnerable to his will and to abide by the following. Number 1, never refuse aid to anyone you are capable of providing it.
Oh, this is you.
2, go among the infirm and the wounded wherever you find them. Number 3, offer prayer to Stendar every day. And number 4, do not hoard wealth or indulge physically. Ooh, I might have a problem with number 4. The second part of number 4 might suck. But
At number 1, it's like red flashing lights. This is Cash's mantra.
But like number 2, go among the infirm and the wounded wherever you find them. You know what that reminds me of right off the bat?
Go ahead.
That reminds me of the Altmer coming to the aid of the Khajiit during the Nahatan flu crisis.
Yeah.
Now, they had
Yeah.
ulterior motives
Say,
in
yeah,
mind,
Yeah.
but they still, the one thing that many of the Khajiit wrote about was the fact that the Altmer were fearless and they came right into the sick bays and where people were sick and dead and dying, and they provided aid without fear. That's what that reminds me of. Stendar's second tenet.
Chat says Templars are first responders.
For sure. I'm like, why have I not played this class before? Because it's amazing in this patch.
It's really good. It's really good.
Okay, so this little last part, I have a little piece to add at the very end because I got so interested in the Knights Templar as I was doing this lore lesson. I've listened to a bunch of podcasts. I've been watching stuff on YouTube. It just really interested me, aside from Elder Scrolls, just as a man. I was like, this is amazing. So anyway, I'm going to talk about the relics of Stendar. There's a couple here, and then I'm going to make a final point to close off the lesson. The relics of Stendar. 2 relics have become famous throughout the centuries. This is in Elder Scrolls Online, obviously. Both either created by or actually wielded by Stendar himself. The gauntlets of the Crusader were created by Stendar during the First Era and given to the famous Divine Crusader, Pellinal Whitestrake, to help him in defeating Umaril the Unfeathered, the Ayleid Sorcerer King. Now, fun fact, you will remember Pellinal Whitestrake. He's been mentioned several times in Elder Scrolls Online, particularly during Midsummer Madness. But all research points to the fact that Pellinal Whitestrake, the Divine Crusader, was a Templar. The name itself means glorious knight, and his assistance to Saint Alessia in freeing mankind from the oppression of the ancient Ayleids further solidifies his stance as a holy crusader for good. Frickin' Templar, all the way.
Yep.
Although he mostly followed the teachings of Akatosh, Whitestrake carried weapons and armor into battle that were gifted from the 8 divines themselves. How can he not be a freaking Templar? Right?
Yeah. I mean,
Right.
I can't refute that.
It's hard to refute given the research. It doesn't spell it out to say that he was a Templar, but he was definitely a holy crusader.
Yeah.
He was more of a wanderer
least,
than anything
yeah.
else.
Yeah.
But he definitely, that was the biggest thing that he did, was helping Saint Alessia in freeing the Alessians from slavery by the Ayleids.
Right.
So okay.
Did you stroke out on me there?
No, Audacity stroked out.
Oh, okay.
I think we're good.
Okay.
Okay. Continuing. The second relic, Stendar's hammer.
Mm-hmm.
This was rumored to once have been wielded by Stendar himself and was made of ebony and sapphire and was enchanted with a drain damage health ability to those in which the hammer struck. Little fun fact.
Carry on. It's okay.
The hammer of Stendar was once displayed at Taraza Aram's museum in Mournhold. Now, the hammer is too heavy for most mortals to lift, let alone wield in battle. So it took 4 men to lift the artifact into its display case at the museum. Little fun fact for you. Okay. The reason the artifact things, the relic things, were so interesting to me was because in my research of the Knights Templar to draw parallels between Elder Scrolls Online or Elder Scrolls period and our own world is the fact that for a long time it was very confusing as to why the Knights Templar were so successful and so rich in our own world. And the reason being, you lore seekers, listen up. The Knights Templar were extremely accomplished relic hunters. That's where they made their money. They hunted ancient relics in history, and it is also rumored that they found and sold the Crown of Thorns, Christ, and the Holy Grail.
I want that.
I want that. So when I read that, I was like, oh my gosh, incredible lore.
Yeah.
Real world lore.
Yeah.
So anyway.
That's really cool though, because I like I think this is the first time we've really brought. Actually, I know it is. This is the first time we've brought serious amount of real life lore to in-game lore.
Right. And, there's not a ton of in-game lore when it comes to some of the classes. But this was one that when I started, I just Googled Templar.
Yeah.
And Knights Templar came up and I went, okay, well, that's where we're going. And then I just was like locked in. Because I'm not the best with world history. I remember a lot of this stuff from when I was in high school, but man, how cool is it now as like an old dude to re-research a lot of this stuff?
Right.
Just really, really awesome.
Agreed.
So, all right. Hope you liked it.
You did good.
Thank you.
You did real good. I like that. That was really cool. So, what would be the necromancer equivalent? Would it be a undertaker? And no, that ruined it. I ruined it. All right. Well, everyone, this was. Yeah. Okay. Well, everyone, this was the Loreseekers podcast. We can't thank you enough for hanging out with us. We hope you enjoyed your time here, and if you did, no matter what app you are using, at the end of the day, what we do hope is that you leave us a review. Whether you like the show, you hate the show, whatever, let us know. We want to hear from you. For every 5-star review that we get on iTunes, we show you some love with a shout out here on the show. And we got a couple here. So first up, from Canada, Turtle Shell says, I have been binge listening to these podcasts for the past 2 weeks while I'm at work. It's a great way to stay connected to the Elder Scrolls universe. Keep up the great work. Thank you very much. It's awesome.
Thank you.
Zero from the USA says, I've always loved the lore of Elder Scrolls and wish there was some fun way I could absorb it. Well, I found it. Jibs and Cash give such an entertaining take on all of it, between the hilarious banter between the two hosts, I hate him, and deep, interesting stories between the lore. Best podcast ever. You guys keep up the amazing work. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. You mean you hate me, right?
Yeah, not him, not them.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's not
do know.
abundantly clear, I can't stomach you by now.
You love me. You know it.
I don't want to hear it. You can.
I just mentally flipped you off.
Yeah, you did. It's fair. I think my cheeks are red. All right, well, you can call us 765-382-6961. You can always email us, loreseekerspodcast@gmail.com. And if you want to join the official Loreseekers Guild, meet Loreseekers from all over the globe, well, come on over. I think we're around 1,200 strong at this point. Loreseekerspodcast.com/guild. Download the Discord, join our Discord server, and apply by typing /apply in the Apply to Guild channel. You can find the show wherever podcasts are free. Whatever app you're using, if it's free, we're there. We don't charge for our content. We like to give it to you. Cash, where can they find more Loreseeker content?
You can find us on Twitter. You can find Jibs at JibsIRL. You can find myself at Loreseeker Cash, and the Cash is with a K. Most importantly, you can follow the show. 3 spots. The first one is Twitter. You can catch us at Loreseekers Cast, on Instagram at Loreseekers, and right here at our home on Twitch, twitch.tv/Loreseekers podcast.
All right, friends. Well, you have a great week in gaming. I miss you already. We'll see you next week. Take care.
Dilly dilly. Dilly dilly.